Welcome back to the podcast. Chris, why don't you tell everybody what you're doing and why you're so late? What happened?
Epic night in the woods.
No, not that. You
Junk
had
computer.
you had an emergency situation you had to take care of.
I didn't even do it. I didn't even do it. I just been waiting for this stupid computer to start.
All right. Well, as everybody can see that's watching the video version, if you're listening to the audio, I'm sitting in a hotel. Chris is at his house in his basement. He's windburn. I'm cold. It snowed all day long.
hmm
We're both pretty much doing all day sits, and we're hunting the rut.
Yeah.
So today is day two.
Mm.
So let's give everybody sort of a strategy on what we're doing, and then we'll discuss how the past 2 days have went, and we'll kind of give a prediction on how the rest of the week's going to go. Because this podcast isn't going to be released until Sunday, and we're recording Wednesday night. So by the time people listen to this, we're kind of going to have more updates that we'll have to discuss on next week's podcast.
Yep.
So I'm actually in a hotel in Pennsylvania, and I'm hunting my private farm here. On day two. So on day one, I chose yesterday to start hunting because we had a cold front coming in, and it was 60s over the weekend. And then that cold front came in Monday night, and it went down. It got pretty low down in the 30s, and it was only going up to like 45 as a high. So I chose that as my starting point for hunting the rut. It was October 31st, so that's right around where the rut usually takes place. So my first sit, I was hunting a water hole on a travel route, and it was pretty uneventful. I did see a doe that came through, and then later in the morning, I saw a spike. He came in grunting, chasing the doe, worked her around, down below me a little bit because it drops down. And then I had two more does come in around lunchtime, stayed there for over an hour. And then I saw a four pointer and another spike later in the afternoon. They were both chasing as well. That wrapped up my first day. The second day, and I want to come back to this because I have something important to say about that. Today, I got in the stand. It was snowing like crazy, windy, and it was whipping. And the morning was 100% dead. I didn't see nothing at all. I did come out today, ate some lunch, went right back in. Afternoon was a little eventful. Uh, I saw four spikes total, four separate spikes. They were all grunting, budging does, chasing them. I saw a four pointer and a couple other does kind of off in the back. They were actually in the soybean field, munching on cut soybeans. That was my first 2 days. The strategy is I'm mainly hunting pinch points and travel corridors and this water hole that wraps around. Tomorrow I'm actually sneaking back into my bedding area. I got to stand on the backside. I have a long walk in tomorrow, but I'm going to be sitting in that on that ridge top tomorrow morning. So on your side of the world, we're about an hour and a half apart here in PA, but you saw a lot of deer.
Oh, boy, did I. It,
No shooters, but you saw a lot of
no.
deer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Monday we had a lot of rain,
Hmm.
and I decided just to go below the house in the shanty, and I saw um right away. I got in the shanty and leaned the crossbow because I have to use a crossbow out of the shanty window. I can't shoot regular bow since it was raining and it's nasty. I usually go to the shanty. That it's better than not going hunting at all. So I went down, I looked out the window, and there was two doe coming into the food plot. I didn't even have the door shut yet. So that was like a pretty good night down in the shanty. Anyhow, it wasn't too bad. I had a couple encounters, had a couple bucks come in. They were posturing each other, acting like they was gonna fight, and they didn't. One went off and chased off another doe, and right at right at last light, I had what probably was a shooter come in. It skirted the shanty. It was skirting me and coming around. It was going to come in the back of the food plot, but just as it was getting ready to enter, a doe went by and he turned around and followed that. So that was the end of my night. Last night, um, I went over the river out in Cook Forest. I call it the mountain. It's a big point, a bend in the river, and what it is basically is it's a saddle top ridge, and I set up a hang and hunt, putting my sticks up, got up in the stand, turned around, I looked down in the valley, and right away saw a doe nudging another deer, and the deer stood up. It was a small buck, a little 5 point, and she ran off. He tried to follow. He's too slow because he has three good legs, one bum leg there. Um, what
Like
did I
you.
see? Yeah, right. Um, oh, my best times. Me and Dave was discussing this earlier before we got on. My best times to see deer, believe it or not, was between 11 and 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Hmm.
Midday is when I was seeing good deer, better deer, whatever, a good amount of deer, and the actual time of between 2 and 5 is like dead. So far, that has been the theme for the week. Um, I am going to work in the morning. I'm getting up at 3, starting at 4, only work until 8 a.m. So I'm putting in 4 hours and then I'm getting out to the woods. Um, that way I get more time to hunt rather than just take whole days off and have a whole day sit. I can bust it up, extend some of my PTO time,
Hmm.
get more time. So, okay, that being said, like I was just saying, with why is that light not on? Did I look dark?
Mm-mm.
How's that? So, that being said, yesterday when I was out, I saw a good shooter, 8 point, bumping a doe right at but I think it was like right around noon 12:20, something like that. And they went down through the valley, and just like our last podcast, when we were talking about when we were saying do something,
Hmm.
when you see something you got to do something if it's getting away. And so I snort wheezed at this thing, and it stopped and looked up the hill at me, and then just kept going. And I did it again, and he stopped, looked up at me, and went after the doe. So
Well,
that was
you
that.
did. You did something.
I tried to do something, I got him to stop twice, but he was too far to shoot. But I was just trying to
Well,
get him away from the doe. You got to try, you know.
most of them things that hunters use, like the grunt calls, snort wheeze, and the bleats and the can calls and all that. 80% of the time, they're not going to work.
Right,
But that one time that you use it and it works, you're going to be thankful that you had it.
right, right. So that leads me to tonight. Now tonight,
What'd you see tonight?
well, here's the tactic, the strategy. The strategy was a white oak flat,
Mm,
and I figured if the does were on the flat eating, the bucks would come. Well, I'm here to tell you, tonight was the most epic night of my life in the deer woods. Even though I
hmm.
didn't fling an arrow, nor did I see anything bigger than a 6 point.
You
I
saw a lot
saw
of deer.
I saw 30 deer tonight, and over 10 racked bucks. I lost count. I mean, they was just coming at me from every direction.
Nothing
Um,
over a 4 point.
Six,
Six,
nothing
six.
over six. I
Yeah.
had like 3 6 points, and the rest were like spikes, half racks, and
I
A
saw
lot,
so
lot of
many
half
spikes.
racks. Man,
Yeah, I saw so many spikes and little three pointers, and I mean,
uh,
they were chasing and grunting the
yeah,
entire time.
yeah. It seems like the littler bucks are turned
Well,
on right now.
they always start first.
Yeah, they're real turned on, and I don't think that those are in a receptive state yet.
Hmm.
100% not receptive. Uh, but the little guys are checking them, running them around. You know, I had one point in time, um, I saw a uh, a deer bumping a doe, and I hit the grunt tube just to see what would happen, and I had 3 bucks run in on me. 3 bucks totally blew my mind.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, definitely all 10 different bucks. None counted twice. A couple of the doe might have been counted twice, so I don't know what to tell you about
Hmm.
that. Just being honest, I might have, they were running around me so much they may have ran by me and then circled around and came back by. I have no idea, but I had 30 encounters tonight, and it was just freakish. Now,
Yeah.
all that being said, all that aside, that Elema Shield odor control. I had I had a deer come in 2 instances that were so close, I could not believe it. When I was telling Dave, I said I had to go pee, so I peed off my stand right right in front of my stand, and not 2 minutes later, a button buck came in and stuck his face right in that, and it didn't bother him. So
Hmm.
I mean, there's proof. I mean, people are so afraid to pee off their stand. But yeah, this deer didn't care. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was about the Limit Shield was I had a pretty stiff wind coming into my face diagonally, blowing across my face, and I had a doe come underneath me at about 10 yards, and she threw her nose up, and she probably smelled something. I mean, let's be honest, she probably smelled something, but she did not bust. She just she turned and she stomped her foot once, and she turned around and walked away,
Hmm.
stiff legged. And she got out
Like you.
there. Yeah, I am stiff right now. Holy smokes. But she got out there and she turned around and she was trying to look, see what she saw or
Hmm.
smelled. She was not sure what she saw or smelled. So she just ended up walking away. She didn't spook. She didn't
That's good.
blow, nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean,
all the deer
there
I saw were within 30 yards of me.
yeah, I mean there's a testament of using the product, you know, and keeping clean, use the product and do not grow bacteria, and you can get away with stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
The stuff is legit.
I think the next couple days here is going to get interesting. I think the bigger, as more does or whatever come into heat, bigger bucks are going to be on it. I seen on social media there's quite a few getting shot already, like big
Yeah.
ones, but um, I think it's coming. The next few days, the next 5 days or so, the weekend, people are going to be out Saturday. There's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
deer killed Saturday. It warms back up later in the week, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. The does are going to come into heat, and it's going to be on fire.
Well, the sad part is it's going to start raining again.
Hmm.
And that's going to, they're going to breed whether sunshine or it's raining. I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Hmm.
When the does come in, they're going to breed.
Oh yeah.
Now, are you going to be there though?
Right.
If it's pouring down rain, there's going to be guys that aren't going to go out. When it
Well, I
pours
had
like that, I head to the shanty.
right. Yeah, I got something to say about that too. So you know, m- not whatever the percentage is, whatever it is, hunters. It's so funny because you'll see on social media, everybody wants to go to social media to vent. They go in, these guys go into these Facebook groups and they post all this crazy stuff just to start start drama or just weird stuff. And I'm on a private farm that I can't, it's leased property. I can't do 100% what I want to do to it because I don't own it. But I've done a few things. I have some water holes. I cut in a bedding area, and I do have two food plots. So I know there's big bucks in the area. I've had them on my property. I had them on trail camera, and I'm not seeing them the past 2 days. So a typical, or any hunter would see that. They would go to social media and say the rut's not on. There's no rut this year. There is a rut. They're just not right there at this time. They're somewhere off into the distance on somebody else's property chasing whatever they're doing. And you ever see those posts though on social media? The rut's not on. It's a weak rut this year, or you know, there is a rut. It's just that it's not happening right there on your property, and there's nothing you can do about it right now
Yeah,
because if all you have is 40 acres to work with, you're stuck. What are you going to do? You can't just go off into the neighbors and hunt their property. You just have to wait it out, and eventually, hopefully, you're in the right spot at the right time, and a big boy comes walking past you.
yeah,
So, it, you know, in my mind, I know my property. I know there's big bucks in the area. It's just a matter of time before they come through, because the rut changes everything. And I've watched this over the years. Is one way I know the rut is in is when my trail camera pictures go down, because they're not necessarily walking on those travel corridors. They're chasing.
yeah.
So
They're
that
off.
they're all over the place. They're not directly on food sources, so you're not going to get your pictures on food sources. Sometimes you will. It just really depends. But every year I've noticed this with lots of hunters. The rut is on, the trail camera pictures go down because it's not pinpoint movement anymore. It's sporadic movement because they're either way off a half a mile chasing somewhere else, or they're just scattered through the woods chasing. And that's all the deer I saw tonight. Those spikes and everything, they weren't walking on like a deer trail. They were
No,
chasing. They were all
yeah.
over the place.
That's why I didn't try to set up in any key area. I just
Mhm.
wanted to be out in the wide open and on the flat
Mhm.
and just concentrate where the oaks were, knowing that the doe were going to come in there and feed.
Mhm.
So that was my whole strategy, was not to overthink it.
Mhm.
Just go in, find a food source, set up. I know the does were going to come and eat, and what followed them? 10
Mhm.
rack 10 racks followed them and chased
Yeah, I
them all
mean,
over the place.
if anybody has private land or public land, you need to be looking for thick cover where bucks are gonna come in, look for does, bed it up or whatever it is. But if you're hunting private, it's not like private land. You have to be precise on your movements and everything, because you make mistakes, you get in there too much, you end up boogering up the whole place. Public land, you can mess up 40 acres and then you just go to another area and hunt that. So private land, you're kind of stuck. If you're not having nothing at this time of year, you're not having a big buck on there. Not much you can do.
No,
So
but the
it
best is
is.
to come yet. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's still. I mean, it's only what's today, the
yeah,
first of November. So I mean, like I said, you got the next 10 to 15 days. It's gonna be wild, and it's the same time every year. So that's just the way it is.
yeah. I remember when they used to have the PAR tree cut off, like the second week in November,
Hmm.
and I would be out there bear hunting, and the big boys, I was seeing big boys chasing does,
Hmm.
and it was in a bear season, and there's nothing you could do. I mean, they totally cut the rut out of archery. Now they've extended it. You know,
Hmm.
they keep it in long enough that the big guys are starting to come in and run the does and stuff right at the end of the season there.
Right.
So that's I said the best is yet to come. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you're you're getting some action now, but you know, people are like you said, some people are shooting some, but just right time, right place, right time. You
Yeah.
know,
You got
but
to be there.
like I said before in PA, they used to cut it off so early. I'd be sitting there with a rifle in my hand, bear hunting, and
Hmm.
monsters. I mean, wall hangers would run by me chasing a doe.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
Mm. So annoying.
So annoying. Just like the spring gobbler season in PA. You know,
I
it's
think it
late.
needs to be earlier.
It needs to be earlier because a lot of the action's already happened.
Hmm.
You know, by the time spring gobbler comes around. Which, by
Right.
the way, I seen a group of gobblers tonight, and I thought it was going to be turn into a turkey hunt.
Oh, you can shoot them right now.
Yeah, you can shoot a turkey, a bear, or a deer
Okay.
in PA right now with the
Gotcha.
proper licensing.
Right. I'm not messing with no turkey right now.
No, but if one comes under me, I'm twacking it.
I do have a bear tag though.
Did you get a PA bear tag?
I got one.
Oh boy.
I didn't know it was bear season though because I don't hunt bear, but I got one
Yeah, they're
because
until Saturday still.
I always get one every year just in case.
Yeah, they're until Saturday.
Well, if I see a bear, I'm shooting it.
Twack. Twack it.
Um, with this rut talk, I'm all excited for tomorrow, but I got a surprise. You ready for this?
Yeah, surprise me before I fall asleep.
You ready for this?
I guess.
Okay, ready?
Hmm.
I got a box here.
Hmm. New boots.
No, it's not. It's from Domain.
From Domain.
Yeah. So this is what's up with Domain. So Domain is selling these boxes
Okay.
online,
Oh, okay.
and but they're only selling 100 of them. There's 100 boxes of them being sold.
Oh, that's that new thing you was talking about.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they got a hashtag growing memories there.
Okay.
So I got a box,
Hmm.
and we have a lot of I haven't opened it. This is the first time I opened this thing. We
Oh.
have a lot of Domain followers that there's a lot of people that plant Domain seed, but I wanted to open this on air. Obviously, YouTube followers will see, but um, you can order these on their website, but there's only 100 of them,
Hmm.
so they're going to go pretty quick. But I'm going to open this up, and we're going to go through this real quick just to see. I haven't opened it yet. I was saving it for tonight, but you'll get. Look at that. You got a Domain orange hat.
Nice.
Now, from what I'm told, is there'll be a mix of things in there. There'll be some things from Domain, and then other things from different companies. So
Oh.
I don't know what somebody could get something different. I have no idea. But you got a hat, be good for rifle,
Hmm.
orange. You got ooh, you got big sexy seasoning.
Big sexy seasoning.
Yeah, and that's funny. Big big sexy beast rub because they got big sexy seed.
Right. Right.
That's a blend. So that's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's funny.
Koozie.
Koozie.
I got two of them already.
Do you have two of them?
Yeah, I got two of those things. Meat.
First form beef sticks or protein sticks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna use that for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Pack that sucker.
We got some decals, Domain decals.
Okay.
Have to put that on my truck.
Half rack snack pack.
Yeah, it's like a pouch. You can put a bunch of snacks in and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's cool. I have no idea what's all in this. Got a little coaster.
Okay.
Oh, Domain's got their own cards now.
Deck of cards.
Deck of cards.
Oh wow.
We could have played that at the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thing's heavy. What is this?
New seed blend.
Nah, it ain't a sea blend. I wish
Coffee
it was.
mug. Coffee mug.
It's got a bullet in it. Check that out. It's got a bullet going
Through the
through the glass,
glass.
and it says Domain on it.
Oh, that's cool. Now you can
That
drink
is.
your beer.
I don't drink beer. I drink my milk though.
Milk
Yeah,
dud.
that's cool though. I
Yeah, that's pretty
I
neat.
had this. I got this box like a week ago, but I was saving it. I wanted to open it on the air, but yeah. So
That's pretty
anybody
cool.
anybody that gets them, like I said, they're going to get something different. So I'm not saying if people order a box, they're going to get some big sexy seasoning, but
Yeah.
is this yeah big sexy rub, bold, sweet, spicy, and savory rub. So anybody that's listening to the audio, it's literally like a shoebox size, and you'll probably get like 8 or 9 different things in there from Domain when you order them. But yeah, I just thought I want to share that because I know we got a lot of diehard uh, Domain guys.
Yeah.
So that's just something that you can order and play around with, and I have no idea what you're going to get.
Yeah. Did they
So
say price?
I
Price?
don't I don't I don't know pricing.
Okay.
All I know is they're giving out 100 of them, and they go on sale November 5th.
Huh.
So that's all I know. I was
Pretty
told to
cool.
I was told to spread the word and share it with everybody. Oh, we got this too. Bottle opener.
Oh, okay.
Domain says Domain right at the bottom there.
Huh.
It's metal. So yeah, I was told to spread the word, spread the love with it. So that's it.
You'll be so drunk.
Dude, that is a nice glass though. See that thing's heavy.
I've seen them in stores, something like that before.
I've never seen nothing
With
like that before.
the bullets. Yeah. Huh.
See? You can rest your hand on it.
I was gonna say that's like a handle.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You'll be so drunk.
I'm gonna pass out tonight.
Hmm.
All right, guys. So I want to wish everybody good luck hunting the rut here. Like Chris said, only the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Um, and we'll be out the rest of the week and the weekend, and I'll even be out a couple days next week. Maybe probably hunting local in Maryland by my house. But um, stick with it. Be patient. If you don't see nothing on your property, the rut is still on. I can promise you. It's just they're not there at that current moment.
Yeah. I'm trying to be patient.
Stick with it.
There's a couple I felt like pulling back on, but I probably wouldn't have been happy with. You know?
Patience, Daniel son.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably would have shot that and been like, why'd I do that?
Hmm.
Especially when I know there's some others around.
That's the thing. I know they're there, and I was sending you texts today like this place sucks. I hate this. This is
Yeah.
we all we always we always
Hunting's
joke.
dumb.
Yeah, hunting's dumb. I'm
Hunting
cold. It's snowing, but
snow's
we
dumb.
we do that joke around. But um,
Place is junk.
there's deer there. Everybody that's hunting, you're hunting there for a reason. There's bucks. As long as you don't pressure it too much, it's the rut. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So stick
Yeah.
with it.
Be patient.
Yep.
Well, I can go out. I can go out in rifle season shoot any one of them scrubs.
Hmm.
Because well, when rifle season comes, all bets are off. I'm not being so picky. I'm picky in archery and rifle season. Not so picky. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Because I'm just gonna stick something in the freezer at that point.
Right.
Because it gets too cold to be sitting out there all day.
Right.
It's like today, every day. It's rough. So, yep, everybody gotta be patient.
Hmm.
and shoot straight.
That's it. Shoot straight.
What is this? Episode 40 what?
45.
45.
Keeping you straight. That's the title. Episode 45. Keeping you straight.
Yeah, right. Shoot straight.
Young, young grasshopper.
Whatever. I'm
Stiff
going to
legs.
bed.
You got stiff legs.
I got a stiff body.
He's
I'm going
old.
to bed. Going to
All
bed.
right. All right, guys. Good luck to you.
See you, everyone.
Later.